من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين أعوذ بالله من نفسي ومن الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه. قال Imam Hussain alayhi salam يوم العاشوراء هل من ناصر ينصروني. Inshallah, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we've all gathered here for these Ayyam-e-Azha, which will continue for 10 days. And the topic under discussion that we have here is the call of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, the call that he gave on the day of Ashura. The call was, Hal min Nasir Yansuruni. Is there anyone out there who can help me? Inshallah, in these 10 days, we will discuss the purpose of the call, the desired outcome that Imam Hussain alayhi salam was expecting from this call. And is there any responsibility upon us in relation to this call? And if there is anything at all, what is it that we are supposed to do? Inshallah, today we will just have our basics put in place so that the backdrop of the scenario, the background of the whole discussion is set up and it's ready so that tomorrow we can get into the intense discussion about the topic. So the call that Imam Hussain alayhi salam made on that day was, Hal min Nasir Yansuruni. Is there anyone out there who can help me? And it's not that Imam Hussain wasn't aware that my call that I'm making here, there is no one from my family left. There is no one from Bani Hashim left who can answer the call. Nor any of my ashab are alive who can answer the call. On the other hand, Imam Hussain was also aware that the army that's against me is shaqi. Because one of the khutbahs that Imam Hussain alayhi salam addresses the army and says that, why is it that my words are not affecting you? Do you realize why my words are not affecting you? And then he says, because your stomachs are filled with luqmay haram. Your stomach is filled with food and money and things that are not halal, they are haram. So what happens? When someone is filled with haram, even the words of Imam of the time does not create any impact on them. Right? So this call was not for those who were in the army against him, nor was it for those who were already martyred. Then who was this call for? Who was he calling upon? And was he calling upon people to come and help him to save his life? Or was he calling upon people for something else? Now here's something that we need to pay attention to. And we recite Ziyarat Ashura regularly every day. Some of you might recite it once in a week or once in a month. There are things, there are pointers in it, but we don't pay attention to it. When Imam Hussain alayhi salam said, Hal min Nasir Yansuruni, he was not saying that is there anyone out there who can come and help me to protect my life. Because when Imam Hussain alayhi salam started from Medina, if you look at his khutbahs, he is very clear about it. He says, I am rising up. Then he points out a couple of pointers and he says, not because I want to enjoy the throne, not because I want to have the luxury and lavishness of being a Khalifa or a king, but because I want to bring about a change. Because I want to transform the ummah of my grandfather sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj. And then he says that I am rising up for Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy az Munkar. So the call of Imam Hussain alayhi salam was pretty clear. He said, I am rising up for this purpose. And then subsequently he goes on and says, everybody who joins me will be martyred and those who do not join me cannot be victorious. So it's a very clear and nothing hidden here. He says everybody who joins me will be martyred. So Imam Hussain alayhi salam knew it right from the beginning that I will be martyred. So he's not calling for someone to come and save his life. He's calling someone to come and do something else. And that was to safeguard and protect the cause for which Imam Hussain has risen up. The cause that Imam Hussain was rising up for. And that cause was nothing but to transform the ummah and do amr bi maruf and nahi as munkar. Now the question is that transform the ummah into what and why? But before we get there, now we say that if we were alive then, at that time, Ya laytani in kuntu ma'akum, I wish I was alive and I would have been with you. This is what we claim, that if I were there at that time, I would have definitely come to Karbala. I would have definitely sacrificed myself. I would have definitely sacrificed my children. I would have definitely sacrificed everything I had for Imam Hussain alayhi salam. This is what we say. This is what we claim. And in Ziyarat Ashura, this is what we say. We recite it, but sometimes we are not paying attention to it. We say, Ya Aba Abdullah, Inni silmun liman salamakum wa harbun liman harabakum ila yawmil qiyamah. That means, Ya Aba Abdullah, I am at peace with whomsoever you are at peace. And I am at war with whomsoever you are at war till the day of Qiyamah. So if Halmin Nasir Yansuruni was just for the day of Ashura, then we would not have claimed this, that I am at war till the day of Ashura. So when I'm saying that I am at war till the day of Ashura, that means I'm saying that I am at war with whosoever is at war with your cause. Whosoever is working against your cause. And I'm at war with them. And we realize that even today, the call of Imam Hussain is resonating. And some of us might have already answered that call and said, Labbaik Ya Hussain. But some of us might be oblivious about that call. We might not be paying attention to that call. We're so busy with everything else. But here's the opportunity. It's not late yet. Every year, Alhamdulillah, with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we happen to benefit from the Muharram, the 10 days we attend, we listen to the Masail of Imam Hussain, Masail of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And this is where ulama say that if you attend Azadari of Muharram and you do not notice any change in yourself, that means you've not benefited from it. That means you've not answered the call of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So here's the time, here's the opportunity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, that welcome, I give you another opportunity of being alive for this Muharram, these 10 days, to listen to the call of Imam Hussain alayhi salam and to be able to answer to that call. And to answer that call and say Labbaik Ya Hussain. Now, the question is, okay, even if I say Labbaik Ya Hussain, what am I supposed to do? Fair enough. The call is alive, it's resonating, and I'm saying Labbaik Ya Hussain. Now, what am I supposed to do? This will come to an understanding when we understand his cause. If we are clear about what his cause was, then we would know that what we are supposed to do when we say Labbaik Ya Hussain. Now this is where we will talk about what his cause was. His cause was to revive the deen of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajah. His purpose was to revive that religion which was fading away. It's just been 50 years since Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam passed away. And they've already started changing the fundamentals of the religion. So he says, I'm rising up to correct that. Now, if we say that I'm answering Labbaik Ya Hussain, then I need to check in my society, in my community, that are the fundamentals that Rasulullah Khuda sallallahu alayhi wa sallam established, are they still there? Are they still alive? Or have they been changed? Have they been manipulated? If so, then I have to work towards reviving that very religion that Rasulullah Khuda wanted. Now, what's the difference between the religion that Rasulullah Khuda wanted and the religion that is either today or at the time of the Yazid? The religion that Rasulullah Khuda sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wanted was a religion which will lead every individual towards Sa'adat and Kamal. Meaning that the whole society will rise up to Sa'adat. Rasulullah Khuda was not focusing on bringing one person to Sa'adat. That he had already done. Imam Ali alayhi salam was there. Ammar Yasir was there. Janab Salman Farsi was there. Janab Abu Zayd Ghaffari was there. Rasulullah Khuda had guided them and brought them towards Kamal. His purpose was not one person. His purpose was the whole society should rise up. And that is why you would see that the moment Rasulullah Khuda sallallahu alayhi wa sallam reaches Medina, the first thing he does is to establish an Islamic state. To establish an Islamic system. Because he knows that this Islamic system is necessary. A mandatory necessary. A requirement. So that this will form that congenial environment. The complementary elements will come together which will cause the man to reach Kamal faster. Right? Imam Hussain was rising up for that very purpose. He said, we need to have an Islamic system in place. A system which will contribute towards man to reach Kamal faster. That's what he wanted to do. And even in today's society, if we look at things around us, we lack this Islamic system. Now, I'm not saying Islamic hukumat. I'm saying you can still reach Kamal if you have an Islamic system in place. An Islamic system can be still established. You don't need to have a government in place. You can still have a mini system in place where you will focus, try, put in your best efforts to bring in those elementary, complementary elements that are required, which will contribute towards the Shia Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam to reach Kamal. So we need an Islamic system. That is what Imam Hussain was trying to achieve. Now, we were not there then. And we didn't answer the call. But we believe that the call is still resonating. And we are here today. We can answer the call of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, or alternatively, the Imam of our time is still alive. Imam Zamana Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajjal farajah. He's still alive. And he's in Ghaibat for how long? Almost 1200 years now. And what do you think is his call? Is it anything other than Hal min Nasir Yansuruni? Is there anyone out there who can come and help me protect the cause, to help me implement that cause that Imam Hussain alayhi salam wanted to be implemented? Now the question comes back to us. Are we going to answer that call? Or are we going to remain indifferent? Because if you're not going to answer the call, with Imam Hussain alayhi salam, there was no one to help him and he got martyred. But with Imam Zamana alayhi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, he's not going to appear until we answer his call. So Imam Zamana Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif is giving us that very call, the same call, Hal min Nasir Yansuruni. Now here's the question. Are the goals that Rasulullah Khuda sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the goals that he had in his mind, are they different than those that Imam Ali alayhi salam had in his mind? Are those any different than what Imam Hussain alayhi salam had in his mind? Are those any different than what Imam Zamana has in his mind? No, it's those very, very, very own goals. They're not different. Now, our perception about Aimma alayhi salam is this, that Rasul Khuda was one person, Imam Ali alayhi salam was one person, Imam Hussain alayhi salam was one person, Imam Raza alayhi salam was one person, so on and so forth till Imam Zamana. While that is not right, that's not the way to look at Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. The way to look at them is like one single man who was alive for 250 to 300 years, and he has been building his strategy from that very moment, first moment till now, so that those very goals can be implemented. There's a book written on this concept called Insane Divisto Panja Sale, a man of 250 years, which talks about this very concept, that Aimma alayhi salam are not different entities existing at different times. Aimma alayhi salam are one entity, starting from Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam till Imam Zamana ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. They have those very same goals. They have those very same ideas. They have those very same ideologies. Balki, I would say we can go all the way back to Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, and we say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, and he had those very goals. What were there? The goals were to implement the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ijra-e ahkam-e ilahi. Hazrat Adam wanted that very thing. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam wanted that very thing. Hazrat Musa alayhi salam wanted that very thing. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam wanted that very thing. That there should be a system of religion, a system which is approved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be implemented. Why? So that man can reach Kamal. So we're not talking about different set of ideas and different set of systems. There might be different approaches. Imam Ali alayhi salam had a different approach. He was silent at times, and then there were times he had to rise up. There were times where he had to wage wars. Imam Hassan alayhi salam, keeping in mind the safety of Shia and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, he had to sign a peace treaty. Imam Hussain alayhi salam had to rise. Imam Raza alayhi salam had to refuse the Wali Ahad. These were all part of one strategy, not different strategies, not different ideas. A lot of people go wrong here comparing, saying that, oh, Imam Hassan alayhi salam did sulh. Why did he not rise up like Imam Hussain alayhi salam? Maybe he would have risen up and fought and, went to the battlefield, and maybe that was the time when, there would have been a huge change in the society, and maybe Karbala would not have happened. No. That was the right strategy at that very time. It called for that. That if Imam Hassan alayhi salam would have done anything different than what he did, we would not have been here today. If Imam Hussain alayhi salam would have been in place of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, he would have done the same thing. And if Imam Hassan alayhi salam would have been in place of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he would have done the same thing, gone to the battlefield, fought, and got martyred. So it's one entity, with one ideology, and one thought, and all the way with one single goal of Ijra-e Ahkam-e Ilahi, so that the whole society reaches Sa'adat. We're not talking about one person. Now, this is something that a lot of people get confused about. I have earlier mentioned about this. We have this misunderstanding among ourselves. We say, oh, your religion with yourself and my religion with me. Lakum dinakum waliya din. Right? Or we end up saying, La ikraha fid din. There's no enforcement, coercion in deen. You can't tell me what to do and what not to do. I will do what I feel like doing. No, that's not right. Both these statements, La ikraha fid din and Lakum dinakum waliya din, was revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for mushrikeen, not for mu'mineen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not telling mu'mineen that La ikraha fid din. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not telling mu'mineen that Lakum dinakum waliya din. No, this is for mushrikeen. Let me give an example here, which I had given earlier, and I see that a lot of you were not present in those sessions, so I'm going to repeat that example here. I have a son, an 8-year-old son, and I want him to take admission in a particular school. Now, I go to the school and I say, okay, I like your school, I want to put my son in your school. They say, okay, fine, here are the formalities, fill in the form, sign, pay the fees, and so on and so forth, and your son can start coming from Monday. Say, okay, great. However, I noticed that you have a particular school uniform, light blue shirt and dark blue pants. My son is not going to wear light blue shirt. He's going to wear the dark blue pants and he's going to wear white shirt. School is going to say, sorry, what? And I noticed that your school works from 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. So my son is going to attend from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And after that, sorry, he's not free. He's not going to come to school. And also, whatever homework you'd give him, he's just going to do 50% of it. What do you think the school is going to say? He says, great, like Rahafiddin. Or is it going to tell you that, sorry sir, before you join the school, you can do whatever you want to do. You can choose to wear whatever dress you want to wear. You can choose to remain unhealthy, unkept, unhygienic. You can choose to study or not to study. You can choose to do homework or not to do homework. But the moment you join our school, all the rules and regulations of our school are applicable to the child and the parent. The child will have to attend the class every day. All the sessions, he'll have to do the homework. He'll have to wear the particular uniform. If it's a PT day, he'll have to wear the PT uniform with the canvas shoes. If it's a regular day, he'll have to wear the regular dress with the polished shoes. He'll have to have his nail cuts and all of that. And if you do not follow, you are entitled for punishment. And we all agree to it. We happily sign the document, we send our child to the school, and we make sure that he follows all the rules and regulations. Is Islam any different? Islam is telling you, La ikraha fid din. There is no coercion in selecting a religion. You can choose to select whatever you want. If you select Buddhism, it's up to you. If you select Hinduism, it's up to you. You can choose Christianity. You can choose Judaism. Or you can choose Islam. However, if you choose Islam, then you have to abide by all the rules and regulations of Islam. You can't say it's like a buffet dinner and I'm going to pick and choose from it. It comes as a whole package. And we have to pick the whole thing and practice the whole thing. We can't say that, okay, I like this part, so I'm going to follow this. I don't like that part, so I'm not going to follow that. For example, I'm going to offer namaz. I'm going to fast in my Ramzan. However, Amr bin Maruf and Nahi az Munkar, not my cup of tea. So I'm just going to let it go. Or, the whole homes concept is not making sense to me, so I'm not very keen on following it. Or, Tabarra, I'm going to do it my way. Or, Tawalla, I'm going to do it my way. No. Religion has established all the rules and guidelines. And it is expected that we follow it exactly like that. Not lakum dinakum waliyadin. Or not like rahafiddin. Please recite a salwan. Wajil farajahum. Now those who bifurcate between Aimma alayhi salam and say, oh, he did it this way, it would have been better he would have done it that way, so on and so forth, without understanding that they all had the same strategy, same will, same goal. Till the end, till Imam Zamana Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. The big question that we face today, as of now, is that whatever we are doing in our life today, be it going to college and studying, be it running a company, be it working for a company, be it a partnership firm, be it that I'm a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, engineer or software designer or whatever. The question is, in whatever I am doing, am I helping Imam Zamana Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, or am I helping the enemy? Now how do we differentiate? Simple. We try and see that what is it that Imam Zamana wants from us. If we are following that, and if we are abiding by those laws, and if we are abiding by the will of Imam Zamana Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, then only we are helping him. Else, we are helping the enemy. Just the way Imam Hussain alayhi salam said before leaving Medina. All those who join me will be martyred. That's something that we paid attention to. But there's the second part of the statement. It says, all those who do not join me cannot be victorious. That means all those who join me, they are on haqq, and all those who are not with me are against me. They are not on haqq. When it comes to haqq and batil, we do not have any grey area which says, okay, this is partly haqq and partly batil. No. In haqq and batil, you have black and white. Either you're with haqq or you're with batil. If you're not with haqq, you're absolutely with batil. In Holy Quran, there's this instance of Jews catching fish on Saturday. It's called Yom Sabat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded them that do not catch fish on Saturdays. And some people said that, oh, you know what, Saturday is the day when we find the most fish on the shore, and not catching them would be a big loss. So some people decided that, okay, we're going to cheat. We're going to throw the nets on Friday and leave it there. We're not going to pull the fish out. We're just going to leave it there. Sunday we will pull the net out, and whatever fish was caught on Saturday will still be ours. So we're not fishing on Saturday, but we're fishing on Sunday. We're trying to cheat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, this community was divided into three categories. One who were fishing. Other category which was actively participating in stopping them from fishing. Who did Amr bil Maruf and Nahi az Munkar. Said, no, this is wrong. You should not fish. This is crime. This is crime against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're committing a sin. And there were this third category which remained neutral and did not do Amr bil Maruf or Nahi az Munkar. That means did not stop them from fishing. Finally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed His azab on these people. So who all were subjected to azab? The ones that were fishing and the ones that remained neutral. That means in haqq and batil, there's only one white and the other is black. Even though you say that I'm neutral, I want to remain in grey area. I'm not supporting haqq. I know haqq is haqq. I know they're doing batil, but that's okay. I have nothing to do with them. They're doing batil, they are going to answer for it. How am I related? I'm not doing batil. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no. I have made Amr bil Maruf and Nahi az Munkar wajib on you so that you stop that batil. Because if you don't stop it, it will prevail and it will seep into the whole community. So you're supposed to stop it. Same thing with Imam Zamana. If we understand his will, if we understand his goals, and if we are working for it, we are with Imam Zamana. But if you're not working for it, even though we remain silent, we are against him. Not supporting him is equal to being against him. Not that you're fighting against him, not that you want Islam to be annihilated from the face of earth. No, you're not working towards that. But the fact that you stand back and say that, okay, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, and therefore I'm just going to stand back and watch. No, you will be counted among those who are against Imam Zamana. So the question that we need to ask ourselves is, am I helping Imam Zamana, or am I helping the enemy of the time? Alright? And we recite in Ziyarat Ashura, we say, وَلَعَنَ اللَّهُ أُمَّةً أَسْرَجَتْ وَالْجَمَتْ وَتَنَقَّبَتْ لِقِتَالِكَ. And may Allah's curse be upon the nation that carried out, saw and were silent at your killing. And Bibi Zainab Salamullah alayhi, when she goes to Kufa, she tells the Kufans that you remain silent and therefore you are part of those who martyred the Imam of the time. You will be counted among them. So sukut itself is an indication that you're not with haqq. So if there is haqq and there is batil, you have to take a side. You can't stand in between. Now our problem is that, I'm going to quote Ayatollah Behjat here, and I'll tell you what our problem is. He's very nicely put here. He says, it seems that we've forgotten our Aimma alayhi salam, especially Imam Zamana Jalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. We do not perceive him to be present Rather, we behave as if he's not alive, and we are totally oblivious of his presence. Now here's the question. How many of us, when we wake up early morning, send salutations to Imam Zamana? It's a question you need to ask yourself. You don't have to answer to me. How many of us, when we spend our day, busy working or doing something, think of Imam Zamana and ask ourselves, am I doing this with the niyat of helping Imam Zamana? How many of us, when we go back home and are about to sleep at 11 o'clock or 10:30 or whatever time, and when you're lying on your bed peacefully about to fall asleep, think that what is my Imam doing at this moment, at this very moment? He's been waiting for 1200 years to appear and guide us towards Sa'adat. What is he doing now, at this very moment? I am about to fall asleep peacefully in a secure environment, oblivious, ghafil of everything. What is my Imam doing now? Now that's the question we need to ask ourselves. And if we have the answer that yes, I wake up with this, I think of Imam Zamana all the time, I think of what his goals are, I try and work towards establishing and achieving his goals, then you're with Imam Zamana. But if you're ghafil of all these things, if you're ghafil that what your Imam is doing at this very moment, at least not even trying to think about it, shows that we are barely connected with him. And when you're not connected with your Imam, how can we be on haqq? I've met a lot of people in last couple of years, and I kept asking them a single question, that what is the most important thing that concerns our community as of today? What is it that we should be concerned about? I got all different sorts of answers. Some people said education. The education is really poor. People need to get educated. They're missing out on it. Some people said financial conditions. Look at people. They are below poverty line. They are in state where they barely get anything to eat. मेरे पास मोबाइल नहीं है, तो it must be from somebody else. Wali Muhammad salawat Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. They said education is the problem, financial conditions are the problem, political environment, the difference, the ikhtilaf between people. Some believe in this, some believe in that, lack of unity, and I don't know, all sorts of things. Not good schools available, there are no good colleges, there are no good hospitals. Our children are studying till 10th and 12th, they're not going beyond that, and whatnot. What should be our major concern as of today that should keep us awake? That our Imam is in ghaibat for 1200 years. 1200 years! Do you even realize how long is that? And he's been praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that help mankind. Let mankind become aware of this fact and let them guide themselves. Let them put in some effort to bring that change about, and I will go and help them further. I will take them from this point to the end. He is busy worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless him with the reappearance for 1200 years. And we are totally ghafil about it. Everyone here that I'm looking at are Sahib Farzand. Everybody's got a child here. Ever imagined how would you feel if your son is missing for 10 hours? Your son is supposed to come back from school at 4 in the afternoon. He doesn't reach home till 5. You're like, okay, maybe traffic or there's bus got delayed. But when it is 7, then you start worrying. What happened? Let me call up school and check. Then you'll call the the person who takes care of the household, the husband or the father or the grandfather, and say, oh, our child is not yet back, huh? Just go find out what's happening. Then it's 9 in the evening or 10 in the evening. You won't sit at home anymore. You'll get up, go out, look in the alleys, look in the area around, look around the cars, see if he's playing with some dog or some animal, or he's busy playing with mud or water or whatever. And if you don't find him around, you start calling all your relatives and tell them that, oh, look, my son is missing. We got to go around the city and look for him. You start WhatsApping the image of your son. You take a print of the image and go around in every possible lane and show the image and say, hey, have you seen this kid? He's been missing for 6 hours now. Have you seen my little one? Can you imagine the plight of a mother here with that image in her hand? She would be shedding tears. Imagine this carries on till morning. What will be the condition of the mother here or the father here? Just been 12 hours, not more than that. By sitting at home, the child will not be found. The parents will have to get up, go out, go to police, report, take pictures, paste them, look for the child, drive around the city looking for the child, call all the relatives and tell them, hey, my dear one is missing. Please help me find him. If 12 hours can bring that change in a family, don't you think 1200 years should bring that change in the community? That we should all be concerned and worried and bothered about the fact that my Aziz Imam is missing. He's not among us. In Ziyarat-e-Ashura we recite, oh Allah, please count me or keep me in the closest proximity of Imam Hussain alayhi salam in dunya and akhirah. And a lot of du'as we recite this, that please keep us in the proximity of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam in Jannah. Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, excuse me, you have the opportunity in this very world to put in some efforts so that Imam can reappear and you can be in his proximity in this world. And when we are not striving for that in this world, how do we expect that we will be given that proximity in Jannah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask, He's going to question us. Did I not give you intelligence? Did I not give you abilities? Did I not give you enough money, resources, whatever you call, all namats that you can think of? I gave you everything that you need. You even had scholars. Maybe not here, but out of it. You had scholars in Najaf, you have scholars in Qum, you have scholars in Syria, you have scholars everywhere. Great scholars. If my son is suffering with a fatal disease, I will fly to America for his treatment. But if my ruh is suffering with a fatal disease, I don't care. I'm not bothered. While my doctor is just a flight away in Najaf or Qum or Syria or wherever you want to call it, Mashhad or Isfahan or wherever. No, we don't want to do that. Why? Problem is we don't feel the pain of the ruh. We only feel the pain of the body. And that's why we run after its cure, not for the cure of the soul. So coming back to the point, that if we remain oblivious, if we remain ghafil, and not pay attention to this fact, then we won't be counted among those who are the supporters of haqq, but we will be counted among those who are the supporters of batil. Now, why am I not answering the call of Imam-e-Zamana? There are lots of reasons to it. There are about 6-7 reasons that we are going to discuss tomorrow, inshallah. But now, today, I'm going to talk about a couple of people, which we will again deal in detail tomorrow. But I just want to bring your attention to the fact that the existing condition that we are in today, and the amount of certainty that we have today, that I am with Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and on the day of Jannah I will be counted among his supporters, and I will be blessed with Bahisht or Jannah, is a fallacy. It's a thought which is built upon bubbles. which is not going to last more than a moment. Let me tell you a story of a couple of people here. There was a person by name Abdullah ibn Jofi. Imam Hussain alayhi salam wrote a letter to him and told him, Abdullah, come, join my cause. And he was not sure what to do. Do I take the side or not? So he didn't reply. And then after the event of Karbala, he went around the city of Kufa, hitting his head, saying that I did not reply to Imam on time. Now, reprimanding himself, says, now regret for the rest of your life. Regret. There were people in Medina from Bani Hashim, like Ibn Ja'far, Abdullah ibn Ja'far, Muhammad ibn Hanafiya. These people would come to Imam Hussain alayhi salam and tell him that don't go to Kufa, don't go for this journey. You know what? You will be martyred. You will be martyred. The end is not bright. It's bleak. You will be martyred. Don't go. But they wouldn't say that I would come with you. I will protect you with my life, blood and soul. Instead, they were telling Imam of the time, who's Ma'soom, to do and not to do certain things that they thought were right, instead of standing up with Imam. And these were among the Khawas, the closest of the people to Imam. Those who were done tarbiyat by Imam Ali alayhi salam. Some of them were with Imam Ali alayhi salam in some of the battles. We're going to look at least 5-6 of these people tomorrow and look at how they were there with Imam Ali and now where are they with Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So the Khawas were not with Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Those who were clearly, blatantly, openly supporters of Imam Hussain alayhi salam were not with him, were not accompanying him. Now here's a question you need to ask yourself. When I say yourself, please remember it's just a metaphoric way of making the speech. I'm including myself here. This is a question we need to ask ourselves. How would we feel when I know that I am on a journey where my martyrdom is certain and the closest of my people come and tell me that don't go, but they don't tell me that don't worry, I am with you. I'm there to back you up. Don't give up. You're on the right path. Instead of this, they tell you don't go. How about supporting me? Oh, I'm not with you. How lonely would you feel? Can you imagine the condition of heart of Imam Hussain alayhi salam at this moment? The closest of Bani Hashim coming and telling him that we won't help you out. We're not there for you, though you were there for us all the time. How painful it was for Imam Hussain alayhi salam. There were other people who wrote letters to Imam Hussain alayhi salam and invited him and told him in clear terms that if you assure us that you are coming to Kufa, we will make sure that the mayor of Kufa is driven out of Kufa and sent back to Sham. With certainty. People like Abu Musa Ashari, Sulaiman ibn Sard, Sabbas bin Rabi. Sabbas bin Rabi was some of the people who wrote, among the first few to write the letters to Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Yazid bin Haris. And you know what? This very Sabbas bin Rabi and Haris, where were they on the day of Karbala? Can you imagine? Can you guess? They were the commanders of the army of Yazid. The people who deep down in their heart knew and believed that I am the supporter of Imam Hussain alayhi salam and I am writing a letter to him. You know, let me just tell you, do we realize that we are writing letter to Imam Zamana every day when we recite Ya Sahib al-Zaman, Yabn al-Hasan al-Askari, Ajil ala Zahurik. We're telling him, come quick. Oh Maula, come quick. You're writing letter to him, telling him that I'm there for you. I will be with you. I will protect you. I will sacrifice my life for you. These were the people who wrote letters to Imam Hussain. But there were problems with them. The fundamentals of religion were not clear for them. The purification of nafs was not there. And that's why on the day of Karbala, instead of being with Imam Hussain alayhi salam, they were on the other side, commanders of the army, shooting arrows at Imam Hussain, at the children of Imam Hussain, at the tents of Imam Hussain, looting the tents of Imam Hussain. What would be the heart of Imam Hussain at this time? The people who invite him, the people who write to him, who claim that we will stand by you. And when the time comes, they are the ones who draw their swords on Imam alayhi salam. Who was Imam Hussain alayhi salam? He was the grandson of Prophet. Everybody saw how dearly Prophet loved Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Prophet would carry him around, kiss him. People saw how Prophet would dearly care for him. One day, Holy Prophet was holding Imam Hussain alayhi salam in his arms, kissing him and crying. Imam Hussain alayhi salam asks, "Oh grandfather, why are you crying? I'm with you. You're kissing me and crying. Why are you crying?" Holy Prophet says, "Oh Hussain, I'm kissing the areas where you will be hit by swords. I'm kissing your arms, they will be shot by arrows. I'm kissing your neck, a blunt dagger would be run through it. I'm kissing your bosom, a poisonous arrow will be shot at it. Hussain, I know what you know not. I'm kissing your hands and necks and body because I'm kissing your forehead because it will be hit with a stone and it will bleed." This was Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And when it was time for Imam Hussain to leave Medina, he goes to the Roza of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and says, "Ya Abata, O grandfather, O my father, look at the ummah, the same ummah which loved you. They have created certain situation, they have created an environment that they are forcing me to be separated from you. Oh grandfather, look at the condition they have created that I have to leave your company and go there." And while crying, Imam Hussain alayhi salam falls asleep for a fraction of a moment and sees Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That Holy Prophet says, "Hussain, don't worry my son, we're waiting for you. Nahnu mushtaqoon, I am waiting for you. Your father Ali is waiting for you. Your mother Bibi Fatima is waiting for you. Come. And don't worry, you will stand victorious in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." And finally Imam Hussain alayhi salam bids farewell and leaves Medina. Do you know when Imam Hussain alayhi salam left Medina, he was with Bibi Zainab. He was with his brother Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam. He had his young children with him, Ali Akbar alayhi salam. And every caravan that leaves someday returns back. Think of the day when the caravan returned to Medina. There was no Abbas. There was no Janab Khas. There was no Ali Akbar alayhi salam. There was no Imam. There was no Imam Hussain. Bibi Zainab, while entering Medina, says, "Oh Medina, you have a right not to accept us and reject us, because we are returning without the Imam. We are returning without Hussain alayhi salam." May Allah's curse be upon the Zalimeen of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala curse them and all those who support the Zalimeen of Imam alayhi salam and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Please recite a Surah Fatiha for all the marhumeen. میرے معبود بحق امام حسین علیہ السلام، بحق خون امام حسین علیہ السلام ہمارے دلوں میں امام زمانہ کی محبت قرار دے، ہمارے دلوں میں ان کے لیے محبت اور درد ایجاد کر، تاکہ ہم ان کے ظہور کے لیے اپنے جی جان مال بچے فیملی ہر توانائی ہر قدرت جو پاسبل ہے اور تمام نعمتیں جو خدا نے ہمیں عطا کی وہ ساری لگا دے تاکہ امام زمانہ کا جلد سے جلد ظہور ہو۔ اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی محمد وعجل فرجہ۔